All right, ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin Paris here, back live on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. We got the Bruins and the Wolves tonight. It is senior night here at Stutler Bowl for the Cherry Creek Bruins, and we're going to jump right in. We missed the first few. We will go back to them, but right now we have senior Garrett Niehoff, quarterback, accompanied by his father and mother, Sean and Stephanie. Garrett started playing football at the age of 5. His favorite Creek practice moment is getting the nickname Jimmy Johns. He believes his position coach would say he's a good kid, and his improvements throughout his high school career make him very proud. Up next is number 14, Cameron Pollard, accompanied by his dad and mom, Tim and Christy Pollard. Cameron started playing football at the age of 7. His favorite Creek practice moment is running the stairs at Castle Rock with the whole team. He believes his assistant coach will say he's a good team player and always encouraging others. His work ethic sets him apart from others. Next is Connor Page, accompanied by David and Jennifer Page. Connor started playing football at the age of 10. His favorite Creek practice moment is when Coach Jeff gave him the nickname CJ during summer workouts his sophomore year. He believes his position coach would say he's fun to joke around with, hardworking, and can never play any receiver position on the field. Up next is number 17, Delonte Dickey, accompanied by Jonica and James Hartsfield. Delonte started playing football at the age of 6. His favorite Creek practice moment is being moved up his freshman year to the JV squad. He believes his position coach would say even though he's an undersized as a linebacker, he always works hard and plays at the highest level. Next is number 22, John Adams, accompanied by his mom, Rebecca Adams. John started playing football at the age of 7. His favorite Creek practice moment is getting yelled at by Coach Doherty the first time he practiced with starters. He believes that Coach Vaught would say that he and Dade are goofballs. Next is number 25, running back Seamus Henderson, accompanied by Megan and Sean Henderson. Seamus started playing football at the age of 7. His favorite Creek practice moment is Neller beating Som in a one-on-one. He believes his position coach would say he's a hard worker, and he loves to compete as well as make jokes often. Of course, Seamus tore his ACL earlier on in the year. We wish a speedy recovery to him. Number 26, Jack Hoyler, the next senior, accompanied by Teresa and Dale Hoyer. Jack started playing football at the age of 9. His favorite Creek practice moment is his first football practice as a freshman. He believes his position coach would say he's energetic and has a passion for the game of football. Up next, number 27, Cooper Dice. He's accompanied by his mom, Jody, and dad, Eric. Cooper started playing football in 3rd grade. His favorite Creek practice moment is Aiden Nealer beating Som one-on-one. He believes his position coach would say he always has fun, but he is a hard worker too. Number 31, Josh Dever, is the next senior, accompanied by Sherry Cook and Marcus Dever. Josh has been playing for the last 3 years. He believed the position coach would describe him as the juice. Next up, number 42, Talon Long. He's accompanied by Joanna and Chancey Chris John. Talon started playing football at the age of 5. His favorite Creek practice moment is intercepting a pass sophomore year. He believes his position coach would say he is smart, helpful, a good kid, and consistently comes with a good attitude. Number 43, Nathan Mariska. He is accompanied by Darren and Shawana Mariska. Nathan started playing football at the age of 9. His favorite Creek practice moment is Coach Logan doing a step dance routine before film last season. He believes his position coach would say he's always ready to play. Number 44, Dade Bissell. He's accompanied by Michelle and JB Bissell. Jade started playing football at the age of 6. His favorite Creek practice moment is when Coach Doherty called him Dad at his first practice sophomore year. He believes his position coach would say he's hardworking and very passionate about football. The next senior is number 47, Joseph Montelo, and he is accompanied by athletic director Jason Wilkins. Following him will be number 49, Daniel Yolo. What's up? Can you? Number 61, Jackson Klein is next. He's accompanied by Andy and Blanche Klein. Jackson started playing football at the age of 14. His favorite Creek practice moment is a walkthrough on Thanksgiving. He believes Coach Betty would say he's dedicated and a good role model. Number 62, Andrew Regan. The next senior, he's accompanied by his mom, Paula. His favorite Creek practice moment is interacting with Coach Betty. He believes his position coach would say he is competitive and works extra hard. Number 65, Ethan Armstrong is accompanied by Jennifer Armstrong. Ethan started playing football at the age of 17. His favorite Creek practice moment is the day he sat down on an anthill and Coach Jeff tried to help to get the ants off of him, but there were so many he earned the nickname Ant-Man. He believes his position coach would say he's a very hardworking player, and if he has played better from a younger age, he could have been a better player. Let me tell you, that might be my favorite story from senior night, Ant-Man. Number 67, Carson Lafferty is accompanied by Nikki Blessinger and Cannon Lafferty. Carson started playing football at the age of 12. His favorite Creek practice moment is running the incline and dodging the punkers. He believes his position coach would say he's a hardworking, dedicated player with a lot of heart. Number 75, Carson Lee is accompanied by Nicole and Shane Lee. Carson started playing football at the age of 10. He loves every practice because it's an opportunity for him and his team to get better. Coach Betty would say that he's passionate, loves the game, is a natural-born leader, and no one works harder than he does. Carson Lee, University of Colorado commit. He's a center. He'll be attending Boulder. Actually, in January, he's graduating a semester early. Number 81, Everett DeLott is accompanied by Rebecca Sedjo and Thomas DeLott. Everett started playing football at the age of 15. His favorite Creek practice moment is last season before state and how excited everyone was. He believes his position coach would probably say he's an intelligent kid that needs to put in more work on the finer details. Number 82, Andrew Michael is accompanied by Thomas and Shannon Michael. Anthony started playing football for the first time this year. His favorite Creek practice moment is his very first practice because it was a completely new world for him. He believes his position coach would say he's a hard worker and a fast learner. Number 90, Grayson Blackman is accompanied by Michelle and Gaynor Blackman. Grayson started playing football as a freshman in high school. Number 91, Alex Wyrick. He is accompanied by Scott and Dana Wyrick. Alex started playing football at the age of 7. His favorite Creek practice moment is cracking jokes and building friendships. He believes his position coach would say he is a hard worker and he never gives up. And last, but certainly not least, is number 95, Alexi Sanchez Ventura. He is accompanied by his mom, Isabel Ventura. Alexa started playing football at the age of 17. His favorite Creek practice moment is summer camp. He believes his position coach would say he is a good player. So that will do it for senior night. Of course, we want to give special shout-outs to Jaylee Stacks, Dante Orlando, Logan Gulick, Chavis Norris, and Spencer Boyd, who unfortunately just got a little bit too fast before this broadcast started. But that is it for senior night. We're going to get ready for kickoff next on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. Benjamin Paris and Matthew Anderson back at you from Stutler Bowl. The Bruins, the 9-0 Bruins, have the 8-1 Grandview Wolves tonight. It's a battle for the Metro East Championship. If the Bruins wins, they're the outright champions. If not, Grandview will be the champions. Undefeated so far in conference play, Matthew, what is the key to tonight's game to get to lock up the division?
Well, just 8 minutes out of the game here, we're going to be looking at 3 key game keys. And the first of those is going to be get redemption. For those of you at home who don't know, last year Cherry Creek and Grandview met at Legacy Stadium, Grandview's home field. We tied 14-14 going into overtime. Both teams scored 2 touchdowns in overtime, but Grandview would ultimately win the game. And so for these seniors on senior night, it's going to be very important to get that redemption and use that as motivation to win the game tonight and try to get that Metro East Championship. Additionally, they're going to need to score quick. Coach Logan said that when they score on the first drive, they have an 80% chance of winning. So it's going to be important for Cherry Creek to open up strong on their first drive and score. Finally, they're just going to need to stay warm. It's going to be a cold one tonight, folks. And we understand why you're staying home because, boy, it is cold, even up here in the press box.
So thank you all for joining us on the Cherry Creek Sports Network from hopefully where your warm home is. Excited to get this one underway. Super important game as well in terms of what the 5A bracket, which will be coming out later this weekend and the next week, will look like. Cherry Creek, all they got to do is win the game, and I'm pretty sure they'll secure the #1 spot in the Chassa ranking. But come out with a loss, and who knows what things will look like with the RPI. So, really, it's simple. Win, and you're number one, and lose, and we don't have to worry about the rest of the situation, and then we'll have to worry about other things. So, if you win, no worries. We'll see you soon on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. I'm going to turn both our mics on for this.
Should probably go down.
Benjamin Paris and Matthew Anderson back at you again as we take a look down at the field for the coin toss. So, Matthew, it's the last game of the regular season. So really after this week, this is where things really start to get complicated with things such as the RPI. Explain that to us, what Shasta will be looking at next week as they're making their bracket.
Like you said, Ben, this is the last week of the season, and so after really today, when all of our games conclude, Shasta will have a bracket that they will announce, I think Tuesday, for the 5A bracket. And Creek is looking to be a number 1 seed. There are 4 number 1 seeds. in the bracket, and Creek is looking to be a number 1, which would give them a bye. That's extraordinarily valuable. Right now, the playoff picture is shaping up such that Creek has a pretty high advantage over the next couple of teams, and it looks like win or loss, they will most likely get that first bye. But there's a chance that if the cards don't go in their favor and they lose tonight and some teams that they lost to earlier win tonight, they could end up losing their bye. But in any case, right now Cherry Creek is ranked number 1, and then we have Valor Christian, Regis Jesuit, and Ralston Valley also getting 1 seeds. And then Grandview is fighting for that 1 seed. If they can win tonight, they have a 50-50 shot just about at getting that 1 seed. So this is a critical game for both teams, not just with the Metro East Championship, but also in making sure they get a bye for the upcoming playoffs.
There you go. So we hope that we don't see you live on the Cherry Creek Sports Network this weekend, because in that case, that means that the Cherry Creek Bruins have a bye. But in the unlikely event that we do, of course, we'll be happy to see you. But really, I think a lot would have to happen for Cherry Creek to drop out of there. So Cherry Creek undefeated alongside Regis Jesuit and Ralston Valley in the top 4. Valor Christian 8-1-0, suffering their first loss in what seems like almost forever earlier on. I think it was week 2 or week 3 of this season. Other teams to look for: Columbine, which held the number 1 position in the state for what was about 5 weeks until they lost 2 in a row. And just like that, they dropped right out of the top 4, and in their league standings, they dropped from top to bottom real quick. So the Cherry Creek Bruins will be kicking off here on the Cherry Creek Sports Network.
So if you missed it, folks, tonight is senior night, and we will be celebrating the seniors. One of our seniors, of course, is Alexi the Leg Sanchez Ventura, who will be kicking off for us tonight.
Quite the leg. I believe his season long is upper 40s, but might have been low 50s, even longer in practice. But when Matthew says the leg, he means every single inch of it. So the Bruins will kick off to Grandview to get the game underway here at Stutler Bowl. And here we go for Week 10 of Colorado High School football on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. As this one will be fielded inside the 15 and stumble and will fall inside of the 20. I believe it can be marked right around the 16. So here comes the Cherry Creek defense, which has been absolutely dominant really all season. We've seen in those big victories, and something we want to talk about, of course, highlighted by Miles Purchase, the special teams and defensive, really just secret weapon. And he can really make it all. He can make it all happen, ladies and gentlemen.
This past week I was sitting at home, it's snow day, and I see this Instagram post, and it's Miles Purchase with his 3rd kickoff or punt return for a touchdown of the season.
It's insane, ladies and gentlemen, as that sweep pass to the left is good for no gain, so it will be it's gain of 2, so it will bring up 2nd and 8 from the 19-yard line. Cherry Creek needs to get off to a quick start because, in the second half of high school football, you never know what could happen. A lead is never safe, so it'd be great if they could see some special teams points or defensive points early. So that pass to the right side. Cross to the 25. And it will be marked on the 26, I believe, so it will be 3rd and short for Grandview. Of course, Grandview quarterback is Jacob Burr, the junior, standing at 6 feet tall. And as they will run it here, it looks to be short of the first down markers, and it will bring up 4th down. So Jacob Burr this season, he's played in all 9 games. His completions percentage is at a .455 average, 13 yards per attempt, 88 yards per game. So really, I think Grandview's going to have to rely on that rushing game.
That's something we see from them on a regular basis. They're a team that they have sustained drives. They don't have these big, long drives, these big Miles Purchase touchdowns that Creek can have so often. And that punt there is going to be shanked, but then it is going to be nearly not recovered. Wow, an embarrassing play for both teams there.
So Cherry Creek will take over on their own 45.
And this comes back to another theme that we've been talking about throughout the whole season. Cherry Creek, their drives are just shorter. They have to go less distance. And when you have to go less distance, it's obviously easier. So if Cherry Creek can keep these short drives that they've had all season and prevent Grandview from having these short drives, have these 80, 90-yard drives, I think we could see a Creek win tonight.
So Julian Hammond and the Cherry Creek offense is all ready to go on 1st and 10. You have 3 wide receivers. He's going to look to his left and fire it quick. And will be hauled in by who I believe is Cameron Pollard. And it will bring up 2nd down for the Cherry Creek Bruins. So let's see. There's been a lot of different themes in these games. You've never really seen quite the same from Cherry Creek. You've seen a lot of passing, a lot of running. So who knows what we'll see tonight, because Grandview, arguably their most competitive opponent of the season thus far.
Definitely. This has been a game we've been looking forward to all year just because we know how competitive it's going to be.
So Hammond gives it to Stacks, who crosses the 50, gets to the 46.5 of Grandview, and will bring up 3rd and short. First conversion of the game coming up for the Bruins. And it's all about converting these, because it seems that Coach Dave Logan has been in 4-down territory almost the entire season, but who knows in this game if we'll see 4-down territory in the first quarter of this very important matchup, as the give again will cross the 45 and will be good for a Cherry Creek 1st down. So first conversion of the game for the Bruins. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 43. Hammond will drop back, look left as there's defenders coming his way. Had 2 guys in his face, and it will be incomplete. Pass intended for Pollard once again. So this Cherry Creek offense, who is averaging
about 370 yards per game.
208 passing yards per game, courtesy of Julian Hammond and, of course, Garrett Niehoff. As the pitch to the right, tripped up, and Stacks will get right around to the 41. And another key 3rd down conversion coming up for the Bruins. So really, it's just going to be all about sustaining these drives. They're facing their 2nd 3rd down conversion of the game.
And 3rd down is really nothing new to the Bruins. We've seen them in a lot of 3rd down situations and a lot of 4th down situations where they've been very aggressive. They've gone for it a lot. So they're very comfortable in this situation.
Hammond going to look to his left, find someone on the screen, and brought down around the 30, so that will be another Cherry Creek 1st down. Gunnar Helm will handle that one in.
And that's just sloppy pass coverage by Grandview if you're going to let that one through.
And it will now be 1st and 10 from the 31, as we have just inside 9 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Seem to see a lot of screens and a lot of inside runs this far on Cherry Creek's first possession of the game. 3 wide receivers and a running back to Hammond's left. He'll take the snap and look to his right. And he'll find CJ Page. So bring up second and short for the Bruins. For you at home, it's probably around 70 degrees in your living room, but here at Stutler Bowl, it is 29 degrees. It is literally freezing. Yeah, we have a good amount of Cherry Creek faithful here in the first half. Hammond looking to the right. He finds who I believe is Gunnar Helm. Nope, it's going to be CJ Page again. And it's going to be good for another Cherry Creek first down.
So far, this drive has really started off with a couple of people we haven't seen this year. Cameron Pollard, CJ Page. Just not big names this year, but they are seniors, and they're good.
So another 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Running back on his left, 2 wide receivers set. Hammond's going to look to his left. Quick pass. A little low. And it is incomplete as Miles Purchase there. Miles Purchase playing wide receiver. Is he going to be playing on 3 sides of the balls tonight?
Wouldn't surprise me. He can do it all.
Oh, I mean, I guess you got to believe that the guys have hands because usually those defensive backs are told that they're playing defense because of their lack of hands. 2nd and 10 on the 18 for the Bruins. It's going to be the give to the left. He's going to try to turn the corner inside the 10 and tripped up inside the 5, but there is a flag in the Cherry Creek backfield.
Flag on the play.
So, have to see what the call is from the officials. And it is going to be a holding on Grandview. So that one will help out the Cherry Creek Bruins.
Look at that. Number 9 on the defense. Half the distance. First down.
So it will be an illegal block in the back. And thank God we have audio from the official tonight. That's a luxury we don't usually have. So 1st and goal rather from the Cherry Creek 2. So they'll try to punch one in right around halfway through this first quarter.
And this is a location where we've seen Creek with a lot of pass plays.
It's going to be the run this time, though. And Stacks will be in for the score. Cherry Creek will take the early 6-0 lead with 6:39 left here in the first quarter.
Of course, that's going to be Stack's 10th touchdown of the season, averaging 1 per game. That's just an extraordinary number.
So, believe that's going to be a 10-play, 55-yard drive for the Cherry Creek Bruins. And the extra point up and good from Ventura. So it will be 7-0 here from Stutler Bowl inside the first quarter. So there we go. That was a good Nice drive from the Bruins, and really a very well sustainable drives after 2 third-down conversions.
Absolutely not a play style that's anything new.
So the Bruins getting ready to kick it off, and really I think the biggest surprise was seeing Miles Purchase on offense there. But take whatever you can get. And Ventura will boot this one away. And will be taken at the 5. Up across the 25 to the 26. And that's where Grandview will take over on their second possession of the game. So Cherry Creek just have to continue to bring the pressure that we saw the first time.
The pressure that we've been seeing all season. You know, they've had 34 sacks over the past 9 games, which is, I believe, the state high at the moment.
And he's going to try to escape the pocket. He'll gain a few, and I'll believe he'll advance up to the 28 or 29, so second and around 7 coming up. So this inside run will cross the 30. And it's going to be another third down conversion coming up for Grandview. .535 left here in the first. Ready to snap the play action. He's going to roll out to his right. Throw towards the Cherry Creek sideline, incomplete. And it looks like it will be another 3 and out for Grandview. So far, it looks like that Grandview has had 14 yards total on offense. Not something you want to get off to the quick start.
No, definitely not something
And that punt almost blocked by Cherry Creek. Purchase will take it from the 35. Miles Purchase will get across the 5 to the 47. And really, every single time Miles Purchase even touches the ball, the first thing you think is, man, this guy's going to take it all the way. He's really a weapon. Honestly, I think some higher levels of football, they might as well just kick it out of bounds.
Absolutely. That's a strategy we've not seen approached just yet, but it could be a winning strategy for a couple of teams this playoff season.
So 5:10 left is where Cherry Creek will take their second possession of the game. They're on their 49-yard line.
Of course, Cherry Creek with just a half field to go here. An easy drive for them.
Hammond will look to his right, now to his left. Finds someone over the middle, and it will not be hauled in. Incomplete.
And that's a textbook read by Hammond. Great vision by him.
Dante Orlando, the intended receiver there. So we'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bruins here in the first quarter of play. So something we can talk about in a second after the Bruins have 2nd and 10. Hammond will look over the middle again to Orlando. It's incomplete. We could talk about a key game from Grandview, which was against Cherokee Trail. That one on the 11th of October, they lost 26-7. Now, the Bruins beat Chaparral, it was 38-7, somewhere around there? I believe it was 38-7. So Grandview's loss and Cherry Creek's win, I think, is really, besides seeing these teams play, is the best way that we can compare them. And in the comparison, it's Cherry Creek having a lot more points in their game, and of course the win over Cherry Creek Trail, which really that game is going to be the key coming down to this. That's going to be it coming down to this final league game. And Coach Logan will call his first time out of the half. That's going to be really the key point, because if Grandview doesn't win that game, they come in 4-0 as well in the league, and this game is up for grabs even more.
Of course, that loss against Cherokee Trail really stood out as an anomaly. Cherokee Trail is not a high-ranked team, and it was surprising to see Grandview, which has been a competitive team all season, lose so badly.
So 8-1, that is their only loss of the season for the 7th-ranked team in the state.
Of course, Creek with no losses and the first-ranked team in the state.
And there we can see, is pointed right at us, is Miles Purchase in the offensive huddle. Something we're going to have to send a reporter down and try to see if we can get the word on that, because I think that's a fairly big roster change there.
Definitely an asset for Creek on offense too, though.
So it will be 3rd and 10. Big conversion coming up on their own 49. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. As Hammond looks to his left. They found Page this time. I think they might have just run the same play 3 times in a row, because he's gone over the middle on that route. 3rd time's the charge. They'll pick up the first down. Excuse me, that goes to Orlando, rather. And it'll bring up a Cherry Creek first down on their 23-yard line. So that makes Cherry Creek 3 for 3 tonight on 3rd down conversions. So Hammond will take the snap. Play action. Over the middle, and a flag thrown on the 20-yard line. Have to see the call. So it might have been some type of interference, something along the lines of that, on that pass over the middle. And 4 officials will come in and talk it over. Lots of discussion going on here.
No flag. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
And after all of that, the flag is picked up, nothing called. So that was an incomplete down on 1st and 10, I believe. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10. And Purchase and Orlando are going to go to the top of your screen. As Hammond's going to roll out to his right, he has room. He's going to take it himself and get a gain of right around 5. So yet another 3rd down conversion coming up for the Cherry Creek Bruins.
Really a shame there for Orlando in Purchase, because they just absolutely beat their defenders. Quite open.
So Grandview did a good job there, rushing their receivers out of the pocket. So we'll bring up 3rd and 7 as Creek will take over on their 20-yard line. Another trip into the red zone, 1 for 1 tonight with the touchdown. Snap as Hammond will look to his left. Pass is caught. We'll have to see where the forward progress is. Very close to the marker. Gunnar Helm with the reception. Big one there. Good job getting his feet down before he's dragged back.
if it is a fourth, I'm sure Creek is more than willing to go for it.
So it's going to be fourth and short, just inside the 20-yard line. So they're going to run up for a run. Try to get it over the middle. I think they'll get enough. And it will be good for the Cherry Creek first down, rather. Conversion on fourth down.
Personnel change here. They're going to bring in a few more wide receivers than they had in on the last play. I think we can expect to see a pass here.
So Cherry Creek will have it first and 10 from the 13. Receivers on the top and bottom. Lots of guys lined up near the quarterback's left. Motion to the right. And after all that, the give to Stacks as he'll get inside the 10 before he's tripped down. And it will be 2nd and 5 from the Cherry Creek 8. Clock rolling down as we're inside 3 minutes now. Cherry Creek going to try to take the 2-possession lead here on this drive as they're in the red zone once again. Hammond's going to look over the middle, and it will be incomplete. And Dante Orlando cannot hold onto that one as he's forced towards the ground. And I don't know if Chase Penry is in the lineup tonight. That might have to do... So Chase Penry not in the lineup tonight, so that might have to do with some of the personnel changes. Of course, he's a big presence on the field.
I think we're seeing quite a few more seniors tonight as well. I'm not sure if that's related to senior night.
So it's now going to be 3rd and 5. The give, turn the corner, and he's going to be just short. Good stand-up there by Grandview. And the field goal unit will come out for the Cherry Creek Bruins.
The second time we have been blessed tonight with the presence of Alexis Sanchez Ventura.
It's up and it's good. So 2 trips to the end zone, and it will be 2 sets of scores for the Bruins as they'll take a 10-0 lead. That'll be a 11-play, 46-yard drive. So the Bruins had a 3rd down and 4th down conversion for the game, which will put them for 3 for 5 on 3rd downs and 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions. So with 1:45 here, Grandview's going to get their 3rd possession of the game. It will be after all 14 of their total yards. Ventura's kick is high and will be fielded at the 10. Brought across and will be met at the 25 by a bunch of Cherry Creek defenders. So here comes Grandview. Once again, of course, quarterback Jacob Burr running the offense for them. Now, something about Burr that we can't say about our own quarterback, Julian Hammond. He likes to take it himself. He has 7 rushing touchdowns on the year. His longest run is a 66-yard QB sneak. That's he's got some legs in his arsenal.
Absolutely. A mobile quarterback. He's definitely a more of a Cam Newton style player than Tom Brady.
And as that pass falls incomplete, maybe even a Tim Tebow, if you want to talk about it. As we're inside 2 minutes, Bruins going to try to get a possession or start a possession before this quarter ends, as Grandview has 2 3-and-outs tonight on their first 2 possessions. So Grandview will take it, and he is immediately met by Cherry Creek defender Grayson Blackman. Good tackle for a loss there.
Blackman, of course, another senior.
So now their 14 total yards is now down to 12 after a 2-yard loss. So it's going to be another third down for Grandview. 0 for 2 on third down conversions tonight.
Of course, this puts them in an awkward situation because they really need to pass here, but they're just not a good passing team. Yeah.
And after that screen, wide open, but just couldn't connect on the pass. So it's going to be Grandview's third 3-and-out of the game, and this drive will bring them negative 2 yards backwards.
Creek with almost as many points as Grandview has total yards of offense tonight.
So here comes Cherry Creek's third possession of the game, as that punt is very, very low. A little bit of a screecher as Purchase will pick it up at the 50, try to get around a few guys, get to the 40, and inside the 40, he is tackled down. Looks like he almost broke away, but nonetheless, they'll take over in Cherry Creek territory.
I have to wonder.
Excuse me, Grandview territory.
Wow, that's an awfully short drive. That's going to be nice and easy for them.
It's going to be a 37-yard drive is what they face.
38, yeah. Of course, it only takes one breakaway Jaylee Stack's run to get 35 yards.
They got running back Carson Tan III, the freshman, in the backfield right now. Stack's not in the game currently, as that pass is good inside the 20 and brought down inside the 15. That one's CJ Page. So another Cherry Creek first down as time is winding down in the first quarter. So it's going to be first down from the 12. And the snap as Hammond looks to his left, just over the hand of Helm. So 2nd and 10 for the Bruins.
You know, it's a missed pass. It's widely overthrown, especially given that Helm is 6'6", but that was a great look, recognizing that he was going to have that guy open on the cut, throwing to him before the cut, and it just didn't get there.
2nd and 10 now on the 12-yard lines with 33 seconds left in the first quarter. He's going to look to his left, and that one through the hands of Helm this time.
Nearly identical play.
So it will bring up 3rd and 10.
And Dave Logan has learned early on here that his best receivers are just a bit more agile than Overland's best defensive backs.
As Jaylee Stacks will check back into the game.
Of course, Stacks, an Air Force recruit.
And the snap from Hammond. It's going to be the pitch to Stacks this time. And now it's going to be reversed to Purchase. Purchase has lots of space, and Purchase is in for the score on the beautiful reverse by the Cherry Creek offense. And it will make the lead 16-0.
You know, Ben, I think you picked up that they had a reverse there before the Grandview defense actually picked up that they had a reverse.
If there's Miles Purchase on the field, you got to expect that he's going to get the ball.
So Creek already with more points than in their game last year against Grandview.
And they got off to the fast start, one of Matthew's keys to the game.
Absolutely. One of Dave Logan's keys to the game, no less.
Extra point up and good with ease, so it will be 17-0 with 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter from Stetler Bowl on senior night.
Of course, it's freezing out, and our student section is out here in full.
Temperature still reads 29 degrees here in the press box. Outside, rather. Might be a few more degrees in here. It's still chilly, though. And the Cherry Creek faithful still out here well on senior night. Shoot.
What's up, sister? I like your boots.
And that kick taken inside the 10-yard line and will be brought down near the 15.
So the spot there at the 15 means Grandview is going to have to drive 85 yards here. Shotgun formation.
And it's going to be a run up the middle for a gain of a few. And I believe that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So we're going to take a break on the Cherry Creek Sports Network, and we'll be right at you after this. Back at you here from Stutler Bowl. Start of the second quarter coming up on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. And Grandview has the ball on their own 18. So on 2nd and 8, it's going to be run up the middle, and that's going to be what I believe is Grandview's first or longest play of the game, as they'll get up to the 30, so that will be a gain of 12.
And it's no surprise that it's a run. Grandview has really owned the running game these past 10 weeks, whereas they have not been so successful with the passing game.
First and 10 from the 30. He's going to look to his right, and he's going to send one deep, and it's going to be intercepted by Cherry Creek. Who is it? Believe it's Cooper Dice, the safety.
Cooper Dice, also among Creek's senior class this year.
So just 3 plays after they get their biggest play of the game, and they're going to follow it up with an interception, so the Bruins will take over on their own 38.
Like I said, passing has not been their strongest suit so far.
And now Cherry Creek will take their second charge timeout of the half. So it's going to be first and 10 from the Cherry Creek 38 as they take possession after the interception. Ham's going to take the snap and look to his right. Little pass. Get across the 40 to the 45. He's going to break away across the 30 and inside the 35.
That's going to be number 5, James Walker. Just another piece of evidence how strong Creek's offensive lineup is. Everybody is pitching in. There are so many different people, and the story is always someone different.
So first and 10 now from the 27 back in Grandview territory. It took just 1 play to get here after the big run from Walker. Bruins back on Grandview's side of the field. And a flag down in the Grandview backfield. Is it going to be too many on the field?
I only count 11.
Incomplete, but flag thrown. And it's going to be pass interference. 15 yards in the automatic first down. So the second and 15, or excuse me, the first and 15 that Cherry Creek just had due to the penalty, all erased. It's going to be a new set of downs. And it's going to be first and 10 from the 17.
And, you know, that pass was not an overall good look. He was throwing into triple coverage. I think Hammond did that on purpose because he knew he was going to get the pass interference penalty.
Very high football IQ move there.
Absolutely.
So back into the red zone for the Bruins as they are on the 17. That ball's on the ground.
Well, and that's what we call a 0 IQ football move.
Recovered by the Bruins, thankfully.
And they're actually going to get a couple of yards on that play.
So it's going to be, second and 8. Pretty good game there.
Yeah, fortunate.
Ball rolled forward instead of backwards. That's what you like to see. So now they're going to be on the 15. Second and 8. Line to gain will be the 7-yard line. And the game clock just to 0 again, so it's going to be another delay of game on the Cherry Creek offense. So that's 2 times just on this drive after we haven't seen it in a long time.
I think we've seen one this year. And that's, well, one this year before this. So that's going to be their 3rd this year.
Very interesting. Usually don't see that out of Hammond.
They'll stick with the play call, though.
So 2nd and 13 on the 20 now. Play clock at 10. I'm sure they'll get this one off in plenty of time. Hammond takes the snap, looks to his left. He's going to send it deep. And that one cannot be hauled in by Dante Orlando. So it will be 3rd and very long for the Bruins.
It's going to be an overthrown pass, and that's just a tricky route to throw for.
Goal team will come out for the Bruins once again.
Call it 24.
Oh,
Field position. They still have to go some 80 yards.
they'll get across the 20 for a gain of a couple.
And of course, Grandview with only something like 25 total yards so far across 3 drives. So certainly struggling a bit here.
And that one's going to be brought maybe back to the line of scrimmage. He'll give him some forward progress before he's brought back. So it will set down another 3rd down for Grandview. So Grandview still yet to complete or convert a 3rd down.
Quarterback going to stumble in the pocket there. He just can't get the look he wants.
And it looks like it's going to lead to another Grandview 3rd and out. This will be their 3rd of the game.
Spencer Schwartz is from Grandview is going to be on the catch there. And he just didn't have the turnaround speed and the upfield speed to compete with Creek's fast defensive backs.
So 2 yards for Grandview will be the gain on this drive, which brings them to what, like right around 25 total.
Yeah.
And that punt will go to the right. Brought in by Purchase, and he is met immediately. Something we don't see often, but Cherry Creek will take over on the 43. So Cherry Creek on the 43 has the ball with 8:14 left here in the first half. Bruins have gotten to the red zone on all of their drives, and after the missed field goal have scored on 3 out of 4 of them. As Hobie tackled for a loss, it's going to be James Walker, and Hobie brought back to the 40-yard line.
That's a handsome loss, and that's going to excite the Overland sideline here.
Big play that they needed. I think that's their first tackle for a loss tonight. So on 2nd and 13 on their 40. Bruins are going to be inside 7.5 minutes. Hammond will take the snap. Look to his left and go over the middle as that pass overthrown.
I think Hammond got excited there. He was wide open. He could have had the field if he had caught that.
Pollard, the intended receiver there. It was a good leading pass, just Pollard couldn't catch up in time. So 3rd and 13, another third down conversion coming up for the Bruins. Believe they had 3rd and 13 last time. Want to convert here. Hammond will take the snap. Roll out to the near side. Find Walker. And get a gain of just a few. So 4th down coming up for the Bruins. And I think we're going to see a look of the Cherry Creek punt team for a change.
As usual, Gunnar Helm out to punt.
And I believe Cade Bruckman is back deep as the snap. He's going to miss it. He's going to punt it up way high. Get just across the 50-yard line. Take a friendly Cherry Creek bounce. And after all that, Grandview will have it inside the 40. Not ideal from Gunnar Helm.
No, but still impressive. Of course, that snap's going to be difficult, but
The way he punted it on the run, which it's very hard to do that. Sigh of relief there from Statman Alec.
great recovery. And this is going to be Grandview's best opportunity to score throughout this game so far. They've only got to go about 63 yards here, whereas before they've had to go 80-plus yards.
So as Grandview will run that one up the middle, be close to the original line of scrimmage. Might be backed up just a little bit. So it's going to bring up 2nd down. It's the same one. Second down and 10. It's going to be the quarterback going to take himself to the near side, try to turn the corner, and he'll get across. I think he'll take a step out at the 48, but it will be a Grandview 1st down.
Some of the mobility we've been seeing out of Jacob Burr all season, that's reflected just how Tim Tebow-ish he is.
So Burr, the 6', 180-pound quarterback, will take that one himself for a gain of 12. And get Grandview a new set of downs as they're going to look to cross into the Cherry Creek side of the field. The handoff up the middle. Going to power through across the 50, and will be a good day, good for Grandview. So looks like they're starting to build some momentum on the ground. So 2nd and 5 will be coming up next. Grandview crossed into the Cherry Creek side of the field. Halfway through the 2nd quarter. He's going to roll out to the near side again, and that one thrown few Creek defenders on the look, but it will be incomplete and bring up 3rd down. So Burr will get the call and go into the huddle. Crucial play here. Could be a momentum changer if they can convert here on their, this would be their first 3rd down conversion of the game.
And they really just need 5 yards. That's all they need. They can absolutely do it.
As that one well defended by the Cherry Creek defense. I don't think it will be a gain.
That's going to be a loss. Spotted for a loss.
So it will be 4th down for Grandview. So this will, so far has been a 15-yard drive, but they're going to go for it on 4th and 5. The screen, juggling catch is hauled in. And that pass will bring them inside the 40 and new set it down. Gutsy play there, going for it on a 4th and middle-sized play, but it works out.
It's going to be hauled in there by Salazar, I believe.
And Grandview will keep the ball with less than 5 minutes to go in the half. 1st and 10 on the Cherry Creek 39. The handoff up the middle. And he'll get to the left side and get a gain after the original contact behind the line. So that's going to be a gain of 3, which will bring up 2nd and 7. And that run is met near the line for the Cherry Creek Bruins. Good stop there. We'll bring up 3rd down. And 9 yards to go after the loss of 2. Another big 3rd down conversion coming up.
Overland has really, ordinarily they're a very good team at running these ISO plays down the A and B gap, but so far they've really struggled with the A and B gap against such a strong Creek, such a large Creek offensive line is really what it comes down to.
And a timeout will come from the Cherry Creek offense with 3:52 left in the half. That will be their final timeout of the half. And as they take a break, we will too on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. So Grandview has a 3rd down conversion. It's 3rd and 9 with 3:52 left in the second on the Cherry Creek 38. He's going to look to his right and send one deep. He's wide open. It's caught, and it is in for the score. Jordan Smith with the touchdown reception, and that will be Grandview's first
And that is
touchdown of the game.
That is going to single-handedly triple how many yards of total offense they have so far. What a play. Not what we were talking about earlier when we said that Grandview was going to need sustained drives.
So it's going to be a 63-yard drive. The extra point is up and good. So it is now just a 10-point game here with 3:45 left in the first half. So as they were just trying to convert a first down, they send one deep after some blown Cherry Creek coverage. That's looking good. Grandview building some momentum as they'll go into the half. Let's remember that Cherry Creek kicked off the ball first after they won the coin toss and deferred, so they'll be receiving the ball first in the second half. So the Grandview fans getting something to cheer about here as we're getting near to halftime.
So this is going to be Creek's most challenging drive yet. Grandview's finally kicking off to them, which means they're going to have the ball probably at about the 20. They're going to have to go about 80 yards in 3 minutes and 45 seconds just about. They have no timeouts, but they will have the 2-minute warning.
They actually won high school football. Clock stops when the chains move. So that one will be fielded, brought across the field to the 30. He's going to turn the corner and get wrapped up around the Cherry Creek 45. James Walker with good return. Be just shy of the 45.
Of course, if you have a return like that, that sets you up for a much easier drive here.
So they will set up shop on their own 42. So Creek going to try to put some more points on the board before they head into the locker room. And then they're going to try to come out and do it again as Hammond will be the give to Walker. So Walker cannot cross the line. And it'll be a gain of maybe a yard. This clock will roll on. We're approaching 3 minutes left in the half. Inside 3 minutes as Hammond will take the snap. 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen. Pocket being collapsed. He's going to let one go incomplete. Grandview going to ask for the intentional grounding, but I flag down now. I think they might just get it. And he might have actually let it go in front of the line of scrimmage. That might be what the discussion is as well.
Creek is moving back here, though.
So it's going to be the intentional grounding. Which brings up 3rd and 15. Bruins with the ball on the 37. And now a timeout will come from the Grandview side of the field. We'll stay with you here on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. Inside of 3 minutes, Grandview burns their first timeout of the half. And the Bruins have a very big conversion coming up if they don't want to get this Grandview run to build more momentum before the half. All about sustaining drives. And I think we're, obviously, if we can get a gain of around 10, we'll be in 4th down territory. So the Bruins will come out with a 4 wide receiver set. The snap. Hammond's going to look to his right and send one deep. It's hauled in at the 30. Good for even more. It's Dante Orlando, and it's going to be a Cherry Creek first down after a very good 3rd and 15 conversion. Back on the Grandview side of the field, they're going to take over on the Grandview 23 inside of 3 minutes.
Those are the once-and-a-half plays that you get very lucky to have on your 3rd and 15.
So 1st and 10 on the 23 now. Hammond will hand it off to Walker as he'll be taken down behind the line. Second and 14. 2:14 as well will be approaching on the clock shortly. And I think that the Bruins are going to try to run down the clock and make sure that this is the last possession either team has of the half. So on 2nd and 14, the snap as Hammond is going to need to escape the pocket as it's about to collapse, and he's brought down. He does get a few yards forward, but he still brought down behind the original line, so it's going to be another 3rd down conversion for the Bruins.
And the clock will keep running.
.130 now on the game clock. 15 seconds on the play clock, something that Cherry Creek needs to pay attention to after 2 delay of game penalties on the last drive.
They'll get it off in time.
Snap from Ham. He's going to go directly to his right. Look back to his left. Find Gunnar Helm as he's hit, but he stands him up. And he's going to get inside the 15. It looks like he's going to be slow to get up. It's going to be very close to the line of scrimmage. The line to gain is the 13. Looks like it will be marked on the 14. So it will bring up
4th and 1. Getting this.
They're going to go for it.
Yeah, they got to get these yards here. Stop the clock.
And they will get it, so 30 seconds will be left on the clock. So the Bruins are going to be back inside the red zone. Clocks have not started yet as the chains have not been set. And the chains are set and the clock will restart as the Bruins have 1st and 10 on the 14. Another trip to the red zone for the Bruins. And I believe is that a spike so that the clock stops? So 28 seconds. It will be 2nd and 10 for the Bruins. So they're going to try to punch another one into the end zone in these final 28 ticks.
And Dave Logan's got something on his mind here. Nobody quite knows what. It's the way a football coach likes to keep it, but he's scheming.
Try to see if they can find a way to manipulate this defense as Hammond. He's going to look to his right. It's going to be a screen to Walker. Walker trying to make a move and get up to the 10. And remember, that spike by Hammond is crucial because Cherry Creek had already used all of their timeouts to this point. So with Cherry Creek have no timeouts left in the half, it looks like that they're going to go for it one more time and then try to set up the field goal. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a playoff. Hammond looks to his left, and that pass cannot connect with Dante Orlando. So with 2 seconds left on the clock, Cherry Creek will try to get a field goal.
So that timing is going to work out very well for them, especially because they used their timeout so early in the quarter.
So it's going to be a 27-yarder.
Ventura can absolutely handle that.
So he's going to take it around the left hash. And Grandview.
Is that a delay of offsides? Yeah.
Call here coming in.
Delay of game. Offsides.
Something's going on. Play clock does say 0. Not sure what the call is, why the whistles are blown.
And the refs will have to deliberate. What will it be?
No penalty, because we moved the ball, we should have reset the clock.
Okay, so after all that, flag picked up once again. We've seen that a few times tonight. So Ventura now from the left hash. Up. And good. That one pretty low, but that one, 10-play, 48-yard drive will end with the Cherry Creek field goal. So will the half.
And it will be a 13-point game going into the half. Definitely a favorable lead compared to 10.
Absolutely. Halftime here at Stutler Bowl. Your score at the half is Cherry Creek 20, Grandview 7. The Bruins will head into the locker room with the 13-point lead. They'll receive the ball to start the second half. And we'll be right back at you on the Cherry Creek Sports Network.
Hello?
Hi.
So for this halftime, we have a little halftime interview with our very own Grandview cheerleader, Jake Whitney. And to interview him, we have a Cherry Creek alumni, Andrew Goodspeed. How are you guys tonight?
Good.
Good.
Yeah? Andrew, I know you have some questions for Jake here. Do you want to start asking away?
Yes. What is it like to be a cheerleader at Grandview?
Be on a team and go Grandview.
Yeah, what's your favorite part about cheering, Jake?
My favorite is hang out with my fans,
Yeah?
be with my team,
Mm-hmm.
and go Grandview.
Who is doing tonight, Creek or Grandview?
Grandview, of course, I love it.
I think we have another question about Unified because Jake also plays Unified basketball. That season's coming up pretty soon. What's your favorite part about Unified basketball, Jake?
Mine is sitting baskets or threes.
Yeah. What's your position? What do you play?
I play defense and offense.
Yeah, all of it. The whole court. Andrew, you have any more questions for Jake?
Jake, I love you.
Thanks.
And that's all we have for you guys today for this halftime. Jake Whitney from Grandview and Andrew signing off. Chloe.
Jake.
And Andrew, thank
Go.
you so much. Thank you. Have
Thank
a
you.
great night.
Benjamin Paris alongside Matthew Anderson back from halftime here at Stutler Bowl, where the Cherry Creek Bruins lead 20-7 after half number 1 of senior night, the last regular season game. Winner take all. Once again, the situation, Cherry Creek wins the game. They take the number 1 seed in the state. They take the Metro East. Pretty much as simple as that. Don't need to get more in depth. The Bruins took a 13-point lead after points on all their possession except for once a missed field goal. They've done a very excellent job sustaining drives and getting to the Grandview side of the field. Grandview, on the other hand, had some troubles on in the first quarter, getting some yards. They totaled right around 25 after 1. And the second quarter, they were able to sustain a drive themselves and drive all the way down the field for a Wolves touchdown. So, it all comes down to this. Half number 2 is coming up next on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. So we're ready for half number 2, where the Cherry Creek Bruins will receive the ball. Matthew, can we get a Miles Purchase performance prediction for this half?
If I gave you an honest prediction, it would be at least a interception returned or a kick returned for a touchdown.
Modest. That is modest.
Well, it's awfully cold out.
So, 1st and 10 for the Bruins on their 20 to start the second half. It will be Hammond. He's going to hand it off, and that will be a gain for loss as he tackled behind the line. So the Bruins went 6 for 8 on third down conversions in the first half. That's very important that they've been able to convert there.
Not to mention very successful on fourth down conversions as well. I believe they were 2 for 2.
Yep, that's right. So Jaylee will get the carry back across the 20 up to the 24, so it will bring up 3rd and 6.
This is really going to put them in passing position here. So 10:55
left here in quarter number 3. I think this quarter, by the time it's all said and done, the third quarter, we should be able to see what the tempo will be in the fourth. 3 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 on the top. Hammond's going to roll out to the near side. He's going to find Walker. After a few stumble, he's going to get near the 30-yard line. I believe he'll be shy, so it will bring up a third down conversion once again for the Cherry Creek Bruins. Fourth down conversion, rather. Flag on the play on the 28-yard line. And this penalty will go against Grandview. So that penalty will go against Grandview. And it will bring up a Cherry Creek first down. So 1st and 10 on the 24 now. 34, rather. It's going to be the pitch to Walker. He's going to take on the far side, turn the corner, get across to right around the 32, which will bring up 2nd down.
A really nice array of blocks there by the Creek offensive line. It's going to give Walker the room he needs to get through.
Ham will take the ball. Throw over the middle. It looked like it might have slipped a little bit, so it'll be incomplete and bring up 3rd down. So 3rd and 7, big conversion coming up for the Bruins. The snap as he'll look to the near side. He'll find Walker, will slip out of his hands. And it will bring 4th and 7 to Cherry Creek.
So that's going to send out Gunnar Helm and the punt team.
Gunnar Helm last time barely got his punt away. So he'll try it again as the Bruins advance just 17 yards on this drive.
And for the Bruins tonight, it's going to be important to remember that cold is a mindset.
Oh, and that punt's blocked, and it's blocked, and it will be brought back for the touchdown. Jordan Smith will recover that ball on the 1-yard line after it is blocked. And just like that, Grandview will get a special teams touchdown. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events for the Cherry Creek Bruins. But man, that block punt had to have gone 40 feet in the air.
That was incredible. I am impressed by whoever took that punt right into their chest.
Jesus. That one went way up high, recovered on the 1 by by Martin, and just like that, it's going to be a one-possession game, so get ready for a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
That sure does make it interesting.
So now some more referee contemplation is going down on the near side. Been talking a lot tonight. Doug, cut couldn't tell you what they've been talking about, but twice it's been picked up flags.
And the Whitecap seems to be talking to a woman on the Grandview sidelines here.
And now talking. Oh, and I believe the referee's shoulder's injured. So he'll be taking. Yep, he's grabbing his shoulder. So the referee. So we'll be having an injury timeout, and we'll be right back.
Go ahead.
So the situation is that the referee hurt his shoulder. I don't know if he fell, if he was hit, but it's going to result with a timeout on the field after Grandview's score. And I don't know, in those bigger football organizations, the NCAA and the NFL, they usually have a extra official on hand, especially in the NHL because they're on ice. There's usually an extra official on hand for situations like this, but I don't know about that tonight. It's high school football, and all across the state, across all sports, there's been, I don't know if you'd call it a crisis, but there's been a situation where there's been a lack of official. And during winter sports and some lacrosse games, it's led to stacking officials. So boys and girls basketball games last year were put right back to back to help solve that referee shortage. But really, it's been something happening all across the state, across all sports. So, gotta hope that the official is okay. But man, you don't like to see that. So, I've never seen this happen before. Matthew, I don't know about you, but I don't know what the protocol is.
No, it seems they're just going to keep going on without him. Of course, this is only an extra point, not something where you really need that fourth official, but
so let's see who we got on the field. We have one on the near side, one on the far side. One will be near the backfield. Yep, so we're going to be down one official.
and they're not going to actually compensate for him. They're just going to leave him.
And the extra point up been good, so
as if he was a void.
14-20 is your score now at Stutler Bowl. It's a one-possession game, and now we're starting to get some shades of last year where big comeback in the second half, which led to overtime. A lot could happen. You know, we're still less than 3 minutes left into the second half, but still got a whole half ahead of us. And really, I think the biggest point that both these teams can make, especially after that block punt, it will be ball security.
And last year, Grandview actually, the Grandview Creek game was actually a tie going into the overtime, obviously. But with a score like 20-14,
it might be hard to get to a tie.
Right. Field goals are very uncommon in high school football, especially for Overland. And you would need field goals.
Rather.
Sorry, Grandview. My apologies. So, you know, it's difficult to get to a tie.
So that punt short, fielded at the 25. Brought up. Get him, Turner at the 30. He's going to go to the 40. And the 50 is going to step out of bounds. Miles Purchase, I believe, who recovered that one, got my heart beating a little bit. You really just want to see it happen like you saw it last week. Man, oh man, Miles, just quite the weapon. So the Bruins will get the ball on the Grandview 49 after that stellar return from Purchase. And now they really need Miles Purchase to produce now more than they have all game, possibly all season. Except he came up with some big plays during that Pomona game, which really changed the course of the game. But Purchase might need to do it again after Grandview's momentum from the end of the first half, picking up here again in the second. It's going to be Hammond going to the near side on a screen, and he's going to be brought back for a huge loss. 2nd and 13 on the 48 is what Cherry Creek will face now. So on 2nd and 13, Ham will take the snap. It's going to be Stacks. He's going to get across to the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Jaylee Stacks, and that's exactly what Cherry Creek needed. Big play like that. The 52-yard touchdown run for Jaylee Stacks, and just like that, it is 26-14. The Cherry Creek Bruins lead.
This is going to become a 2-score game once again, all thanks to Jaylee Stacks, an Air Force recruit. He is the perfect synthesis of ball vision and ball speed, and boy, he got down there.
It is up and good, so just like that, 27-14, your score here at Stutler Bowl. So it is 8-12 left in the third quarter as Jaylee Stacks gets the momentum back for Cherry Creek. Him on senior night starting to have a big night. 27-14 as Grandview's about to get the ball back. They have 7 points off of no offensive possessions yet after that blocked punt turn touchdown. And Ventura with the kickoff. Big boot there. Will be caught in the end zone for the touchback. That's his farthest kick of the night as he finally got one to go all the way. Grandview takes over at the 20. So, 1st and 10 on the 20 with 8-12. Grandview has the ball back. And that short run will be pushed ahead for a few.
Not to sound like a broken record here, but it's been true all game that the teams who score are the teams with the short drives, and Overland here is again plagued by these long drives, these 80-yard drives, and that's challenging for any team to score with. So far, Overland has scored on, I believe, like a 50-yard drive, and obviously that 10-yard special teams play.
So flag on the play. So we still are missing that one official who had an injured shoulder. By the way, Valor Christian in the fourth quarter at Highlands Ranch, their score is 27-7. And over at Regis Jesuit leads Douglas County 42-0.
Those two, of course, turning out exactly how people anticipated.
Of course, here at Stutler Bowl, it is 27-14. Cherry Creek leads. And that run short, so it will be 3rd and long. And of course, yesterday Columbine defeated Arvada West 49-14. Big blowout game there.
I believe Arvada is 0-10 on the season.
So there are some notable games. Some other games going on in the conference. Chaparral down to Legend 54-2. And Eagle Crest Cherokee Trail is a little bit of a game going. It is 29-14 with the Raptors lead, as he's going to drop back and give a little blooper of a pass as he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and then pushed out of bounds, so it will be bring up 4th down. So it looks like that all those teams we mentioned earlier on that would be important in the 5A classification, as that punt is very, very low. Purchase will pick it up off the ground as the Grandview defender will slip. He'll make some room and get across the 45 to the 43. So all those teams that we mentioned earlier, looks like that they're going to win tonight, which makes a Cherry Creek victory even more important. As Chaparral down to Legend, 34-7 currently. And Pomona down to Roston Valley. That's another top 10 matchup. Roston Valley up 10-0. So there's some games to keep an eye on.
If Ralston Valley wins that game, they will be undefeated.
And the Bruins will need to match them.
Yeah, absolutely. So this game is appearing to be more important as all the other games go on.
1st and 10. Julian Hammond will pass it to Jaylee Stacks. He's going to get away again. That is back-to-back touchdowns for Jaylee Stacks. This one from 48. Touchdown Bruins. So they were just about to catch up. Grandview building momentum. And then Cherry Creek comes back with back-to-back touchdowns, which will make the score 33-14 PAT pending.
I've been getting a couple texts tonight from my neighbors asking about the game, and they're all interested in Jaylee Stacks. He is certainly a story that the Creek community has embraced. He will be going to Air Force next year, and he just scored his 12th touchdown of the season.
I'd also like to apologize based on our view in the booth. You cannot see the south side field goal. We apologize for that due to a little bit of lack of space, but we share here at the Cherry Creek Sports Network, so promise I'll let you know what's going on in the south end zone. So, Stacks, back-to-back touchdowns. We love to see that. 6:12 left. The Bruins will lead 34-14. It is a 20-point lead. But as we said at the beginning of the show, no lead's ever safe in high school football.
Of course, we apologize for not being able to show a tiny portion of the end zone on the south side, but no need to worry. Alexi Sanchez Ventura is pretty much going to make all of his PATs. He's made 42 out of 42 this year, Ben?
I believe that's right, yeah. He's 100% from the PAT. Field goals, I think he's missed maybe 3 max.
Yeah, he's got about 70% accuracy on those field goals, but he's hit quite a few long ones, 40 yards plus.
So very trustworthy when these games get deeper and deeper into the year. They become more and more important, and you need to rely on your kicker even more, as Ventura will boot that one into the end zone, and it is another Cherry Creek touchback. 6:12 left in the third. Grandview will take back over on the 20. So Jaylee Stacks with a 48-yard and a 52-yard touchdown, average of a 50-yard run, back-to-back plays. That's 100 rushing yards in just 2 plays, where Stacks averages 65 yards per game. He just got over. I bet you he's doubled that this game. His average is 65, but that's going to go up after tonight.
As well as his average touchdowns per game. After tonight, it's going to raise more than 20%.
Matthew's the math guy here at CCS, and I could have told you that. So the run to the near side will be more lateral than it is vertical, and it will bring down second long for Grandview once again. as this roll out to the far side. He's going to try to find someone. That pass is low and incomplete. So 3rd and 10 is what Grandview has now. They're going to need to convert here if they want to continue on with that momentum. As that pass is bobbled and then incomplete. So 4th down coming out for Grandview. It appears it will be a 3 and out. So the Bruins will get the ball back and maybe a Jaylee Stacks touchdown.
Maybe Miles Purchase. You never know. Apparently he's on offense now.
If Purchase could score a touchdown right here, I might just lose it. 3 plays in a row would be 3 touchdowns. And man, oh man, you'd love to see it. Miles Purchase stations himself right around midfield at the 50-yard line as Grandview getting ready to punt away from their own 20. That punt won't be low. Purchase will pick it up at the 50. Get through. Try to find some space to the near side, and we'll be taken down at the 35.
Of course, we talk about how agile Purchase is, and he really is. He's a top candidate for colleges going into 2020. But he also has a great blocking setup from his special teams. They are really great blockers, and they can give him the lanes, and he has the vision and the speed to hit him.
So Purchase's average kickoff and punt return is 22 yards. Now, that is a 5th of the field. So if you can do that every time and even get farther most of the time, that just makes it that much easier, makes the field shorter for the offense. And it will be just 35 yards they face this time as Cherry Creek will call their first timeout of the half. While we do that, I'd like to thank our crew for joining us tonight. It's senior night down there on the field, but I think we could say it is senior night up here in the booth. Our seniors for CCSN, of course, Chloe Park, Molly McNish, and Chastity. What's your last name, Chastity? Beals? Was it? Beal? I'd like to thank... What's your last name? Goodspeed. I knew that. Connor, right? Andrew. I'm so done. And Andrew Goodspeed joining us tonight. And Andrew, what's your last name? Oh, Jake. And Jake and Alex Schiff, of course, the stats man. Alex Berug, our scoreboard all season. They're all of our seniors for CCSN. Of course, Matthew Anderson alongside Benjamin Paris. Ella Barclay's joining us. Sorry, Ella, if you're not a senior, you got to wait a second. Ella Barclay joining us on camera tonight. I hear that Ella has some fans watching at home, so hello to Ella's family. 5:20 is what the Bruins have on their own the Grandview 35-yard line. So Hammond will hand this one off to Walker, which automatically eliminates Stacks getting 3 touchdowns in a row. But hey, the drive's still going. It could happen 3 drives in a row. Check out over there. Oh, Jonathan Varghese saw crew tonight too. And, of course, Mr. Matt Weiss, the supreme, what's there a better word than that? The ultimate teacher advisor here for the Cherry Creek Sports Network. The GOAT, as everyone will call him at Creek.
That's exactly what comes to mind when you think of Mr. Matt Weiss.
That's the first thing, is GOAT.
Yes. Greatest of all time.
So Hammond will roll out to his right side. He's got some pressure over the middle, cut. I believe to Helm, which would get him inside the 15-yard lines, another trip to the red zone, and more importantly, another Cherry Creek first down. So 4:20 left here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 the Bruins have on their 12-yard lines. They've burned 1 timeout this half. They got 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen, 1 on the top, and Walker in the backfield for Hammond. He's going to give it to Walker. And he'll be met at the line, so he'll bring up 2nd and long. So it is a 20-point game, and it did get all the way down to 6. That was probably right around 10, not 10 minutes ago, probably around 6 to 8 minutes ago. It was just a 6-point game, but after a pair of Jaylee Stack's touchdowns, the Bruins lead by 20.
So if you're tweeting about Cherry Creek football tonight, make sure you use the hashtag #back-to-back-stacks because he had 2 back-to-back 50-yard rushing touchdowns.
And that pass tipped by the Grandview defense. Good pass coverage there as Hammond was looking for a little bit of a screen to the far side. So it brings up 3rd and long.
I mean, no one was really concerned. It's just strange. Because, you know, we win state every year, and so the fact that we don't have coaches like, I want to coach them. It is weird. Now it's like such a big.
So 3rd and 9 from the 11 the Bruins have.
A lot of people think he's good, but, like, he does so much stuff all the time. Like, especially in the spring, he's swamped. Wait, he can't. He's college counselor. Okay, I just know. Yeah, and then he does, like, D2, and so. He's the best. Yeah, and our one coach might not coach out.
And now I believe it's Walker with the carry to the near side. Won't be enough for the first time. By the way, a few volleyball fans out there, Cherry Creek currently at a tournament. They have beaten Thunder Ridge and Regis Jesuit tonight, both by scores of 2-0. Of course, we've got some volleyball players here at CCSN as well, so congratulations to them on 2 victories tonight. And as we talk about the topic of valor, we could talk about field hockey, which will be on Monday, the state semifinal down at All City Stadium. Cherry Creek has Regis Jesuit in the state semifinal, and shall they advance, the championship would be the next day at All City Stadium. So, 4th and 4 from the 6th. Ventura will be on for the extra point, and it's good after Grandview lineman jumps over the Cherry Creek line and got pretty close. And the field goal up and good. I might have said PAT, something like that, but it's a field goal. 37-14, your Cherry Creek score. So very, very good job sustaining and driving all the way down the field. That one they took over at the 35, so they were able to get a gain of 29 before that field goal. And now that lead growing for the Cherry Creek Bruins with 2:33 left.
Ben, you mentioned field hockey earlier. Definitely, Creek is very excited for them as they'll have an opportunity to go to the finals this week. But, you know, we talk about football, a lot of great football signings, Air Force for one. But recent signature for field hockey at Boston College, which is certainly a field hockey powerhouse. And that's great news for our Creek girls.
One more thing we can talk about is earlier today on CCSN over on the NFHS network, Chloe Park and Molly McNish had the call as boys soccer defeated Fort Collins 4-0 in round 1 of the state playoffs. So they will advance. We can tell you the team they're playing and when soon, but they won 4-0. Their game started at 3:30 here at Stutler Bowl. So game number 2 on CCSN today. And to catch more playoff action and starting in 2 weeks, shall Cherry Creek get a bye, you can catch CCSN on the NFHS network. As that kickoff crosses the 25, Grandview will take back over. Very important that you do sign up for an NFH network account so that you can catch all of your favorite Bruins action. We got field hockey action that will be on. We'll have more football action, more soccer action. And exciting time to be a Bruin as fall sports will be coming to an end within the month. And then winter sports will be popping up. We got basketball as a big story this will be girls basketball trying to defend their title. But we got a football game to worry about now, and we got playoffs to worry about as that rush to the near side gets a gain of a few, so it will be 2nd down and 10 for Grandview. So that one up the middle, stopped by the Cherry Creek line.
Ben, we've been talking a lot about Creek sports other than football tonight, and one of those is cross country, where our where our number 1 girl just won the state title. Our number 1 boy came in 3rd place, and of course, Cherry Creek girls and boys both placed well, number 2 and number 10 out of some 40 teams at the meet respectively. So definitely a great performance at state, and they're looking to do well at nationals.
And if you want to hear more about cross country, you can watch last week's episode of Bruins Take, where we welcome on Sissy Laporte for a nice interview and an update on cross country, a preview before their state tournament. So it's still relevant now, so if you missed that, want to hear more about cross country and more Creek sports, make sure you watch Bruins Take on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. So it is 4th and 10, Bruins about to get the ball back.
Miles Purchase back to return. Will the Bruins get the ball back, or will it be Purchase down?
Another low one. Purchase gets it at the 42. One Grandview defender will dive and miss. He's going to try to make some room at the 40 and get inside the 40 once again. Purchase. Every time that man has the ball in his hands. And another special programming. Now, at the conclusion of the third quarter, we will be welcoming on a very special guest to the commentary team. You're going to have to just wait to find out who that is. But make sure you stick around for 57 more seconds on the game clock and can catch a very pristine Cherry Creek guest here on the Cherry Creek Sports Network for our final broadcast on YouTube until the playoffs. So it's going to be James Walker on the near side. He's going to break away. Just kidding. I was looking at Gunnar Helm. But it will be a big gain. And up to the 36 will be good for a Cherry Creek first down. .34 seconds left here in the third quarter. Been a big one for the Bruins after they've gotten 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Stacks will be in motion and trade places with Walker. Hammond will snap, give it to Walker. So we'll get up the middle for a few. And with 10 seconds left on the clock, that should bring us to the end of the third quarter. So make sure you stick around, and next time we'll return, we will have a special guest for you on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. So 2nd and 10 is what the Bruins have on the 26. Now traveling towards the north end zone here to begin the fourth quarter. 1 quarter away from becoming league champions and securing the number 1 spot in the state, as Walker will get that one for a gain of a few. So 3rd and 10 now. After that short rush, Bruins need to convert here, but I think they are still in Ventura's range. And you'd like to see Ventura go from this deep. You love to see it.
We always look forward to Ventura being on the field.
So as Hammond will give it to Jaylee Stacks to get inside the 10, that's a Cherry Creek first down.
So Cherry Creek's going to line up in the ISO formation. Not going to get much done there. They'll take a timeout here. It's going to be Creek's first timeout. And just an update on those refs, he has not come back in the game. So I can only assume we'll be running with our 3 black caps for the rest of the game. Creek with the snap here. He's looking right. Up. And it's good for a touchdown. That will be number 11, Gunnar Helm on the reception. And, man, it just shows Creek run, pass, doesn't matter. They can score either way. PAT pending. Creek will be up 43-14. That's a 29-point lead. And, boy, I'm impressed with this holder. My hands are freezing up here, and we're in the press box. And Sanchez Ventura. 43 for 43 for PATs on the year. As the fight song plays, Anya Bruins. There will be just 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game, with Grandview set to receive. It appears our special guest is not going to come. Rather sad.
We'll stick around for him, though. There's always a spot for him here. So, I missed a touchdown. That's cool. Who scored it, Matthew?
Take a guess.
Jaylee Stacks.
Oh, no. It was Gunnar Helm.
Oh.
And I said on broadcast, it just shows how versatile this Creek offense really is.
Depth.
Run, pass, doesn't matter.
Depth is a word you love to hear. So that one way deep. And that one will be brought back out of the end zone. And met just across the 24, Grandview. It's Cherry Creek now with the 30-point lead. With 10 minutes left, so Have to put a lot of points on the board. Probably 4 touchdowns and some 2-point conversions somewhere along the way for Grandview.
And that's a touchdown just about every 2 minutes, and that would, I mean that would have to set some sort of record or something, right?
So that pass to the far side. Good for a mid-gain, and we'll bring up second and short. So inside 10 minutes, 2nd and 4 for Grandview as they have the ball on the 29-yard line. Cherry Creek Special Teams has been very well tonight on their kickoffs, punts, all around the place. And that run up the middle stopped by Cherry Creek, so it will bring up 3rd down, probably just a little bit shorter of the, or a little bit longer than the 4 yards that they have now. Oh, wait. Third and 4 for Grandview. Probably in 4-down territory now because they need just about anything to win it. He's going to roll out to the near side, and that pass incomplete after a diving Grandview wide receiver will go for it, and let's see which team they bring in on the field. So it will be a Cherry Creek punt return. Back deep at the 42-yard line. The punt, low once again. Hauled in by Purchase. He's going to go straight through and be brought down inside the 45. Miles Purchase, ladies and gentlemen. First and 10 for the Bruin inside the 50. We've seen this so many times, just inside the 50.
Yeah, I mean, I hate saying it over and over and over again, but it's true every time. Creek just has shorter drives, and shorter drives, it's easier to score.
And it's been that way the entire season.
The entire season.
The entire season.
If it's true for them in the playoffs, I very well think that they could maintain their dominance.
And, yeah, field position is one of the most important things game in and game out. Is really just makes the game a whole lot easier. So, timeout, I believe, Grandview. Cherry Creek called timeout. Oh, that's right. Second charge, timeout of the half for the Bruins. And we're going to take one as well.
Is that down there?
First and 10 for the Bruins on the 42-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to the near side. And that carry is going to be Carlson Tan, so
Bubba Tan, as he's known around school.
So it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to start to see some players get some rest. And at this point currently, it's looking like Cherry Creek will have a rest week next week.
Well, if they win this game, they clinch the
division.
Yeah, they clinch a bye.
Yeah,
is what they clinch.
A lot of things at stake with this win. So the pitch to the near side, and he is going to cross and get up to 33, and it just short of a first down. And I believe our special guest has entered the building. So 3rd and 1. So on 3rd and 1, the Bruins will get across the 32 and pick up another Cherry Creek first down, as Cherry Creek will get a new set of downs. We have a guest joining us. Principal Kevin Ulig is joining us in the booth. Mr. Ulig, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's a great night for football, huh?
So the Bruins, early on in the third quarter, the lead got cut to 6, but since then, 2 Jaylee Stacks touchdowns, a field goal, and since then another one. It went from 6 to 30, the lead real fast. Just no give up in these Bruins.
Yeah, Jaylee Stacks has looked really dominant tonight. He's ran hard. He's had a bunch of big runs tonight. He's a tough load to bring down, isn't he?
Absolutely, and it's looking like when we had 6 minutes left in the game last year at Grandview, it wasn't looking 44-14. It was looking like it was 7-14 until the Bruins tied it in order to get into overtime.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not looking like that. It looks like that the Bruins are going to do something that they weren't able to do last year and clinch the number 1 seed in the tournament.
Yeah. Grandview's been a long time rival, and anytime we play Grandview, it's like Alabama, Auburn. You throw the records out the window, and it's going to be a great game. This is a little bit of an anomaly in the fact that Cherry Creek's blowing them out like this, but I think it speaks volumes to potentially how really good this team is. They've shown it through the regular season. Clearly they deserve, and they'll be the number 1 seed heading into the playoffs. That'll get announced tomorrow. But really impressed with this team. I think they run the ball well. They throw the ball well. Julian is a dynamic quarterback, and I think their defense is just really salty. So they've earned that number 1 seed.
So on 2nd down, the Bruins push forward and are able to pick up another new set of downs. They will be on the 19. So another trip to the red zone, where they have scored every single time they've been in it tonight, except for the missed field goal in the second quarter, I believe that was. And I like the way you put that about this rivalry. It's that if you want to go back to last February in that girls basketball game, is really where that might have peaked.
Yeah. I think you look at whether it be baseball, women's basketball, football, Creek and Grandview, as far as within the public school sectors, I would say that's arguably our best rival, our biggest rival right now. Clearly we have rivalries with Regis and Valor, but I think in the southeast Denver metro area, Grandview is clearly our rival within the public schools and certainly within the Cherry Creek School District. So
after Hammond's little toss to the far side, gain of about 5, so it will bring up 2nd and 5 or 6 for the Bruins inside of 5 minutes. Bruin just trying to get out of it, bring into it. So the 2019 school year, we're a few months into it. We're almost done with fall sports. How do you think life's been at Cherry Creek this year?
I think things have been great. I think our students are off to a great start. Been very happy with some of the things that we're seeing out of our clubs, our activities, our athletics. We just finished a great cross-country season, a great tennis season. Volleyball's getting ready for their regionals. Football's getting ready for their playoffs. Soccer won a big playoff game tonight, 4-0. So things are rolling and things are going great.
So as Tan brings that one up the middle, it's going to set up 3rd and short for the Bruins on the 12. Anything else you'd like to share with the Cherry Creek community?
No, I appreciate the work that our Bruins broadcast does for our community. I think it's a huge treat for all of our fans, for all of our people. I know when I coached at Creek, I would have loved the opportunity for my family to be able to have this experience, because so much of my family's out of the state of Colorado, and they could have tuned in and listened to this awesome opportunity for our fans, but also for you guys, the kids that run this program, and for Mr. Weiss that helps oversee it. It's something we're very proud of at Cherry Creek High School.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. It's been a true honor, and we'll see you in the playoffs.
All right. Thanks for having me, sir.
Thank you.
Take care.
You
Good luck.
too. And quick note, Garrett Niehoff has checked into the game at quarterback, so I assume that some Bruins starters are going to get some rest, hit the heaters, as they are inside 4 minutes. 27 degrees here at Stutler Bowl, and it is 4th and 2. The Bruins will go for it.
And we have a tough team out there. They've stayed strong through this cold weather. So has Grandview. It's been a great game tonight.
And he's got to kneel on 4th down. And turnover on downs.
All right, well.
I don't think I've ever seen that. You take a knee on 4th down.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a team come back down 30 with 3 minutes left either. So
I don't think I've ever seen Dave. I've seen some tactics out of Dave Logan, but I don't know about just giving the other team the ball on 4th and 2, and you could get the kicker some reps. But that was interesting to say the least. So Grandview will take back over. It's 44-14. And it looks like that the Bruins are going to avenge their loss after last year. But really, I think last year's team and this year's team, totally different teams, especially in the run game and for the pass game. As Hammond and Padilla are both great quarterbacks. Of course, Padilla, great season last year. Relied on the pass game a lot. But they're two different types of quarterbacks, but they're both able to get the job done in terms of point score and everything like that, and they're producing the same results. So Dave Logan's playbook is open to lots of different playing styles, as high school football usually is.
absolutely. Dave Logan is largely credited as one of the best play callers in high school sports, in high school football.
So as that run up the middle, bring up 2nd down as we're approaching 2.5 minutes left. By the way, once the football bracket is announced, we will be having a very special episode of Bruins Take. If you watch that live on YouTube on the Cherry Creek Sports Network, we're going to be having a very special playoff bracket look, almost like the college football selection show, but we're going to break down every single bracket in the state currently. So we'll take a look at the field hockey bracket, even though it might be wrapped up by then. Of course, we'll look at the football bracket, take down some games that we think are key, and we'll take a look at the boys soccer bracket as well. And if the volleyball bracket is out by then, which it might be, we'll take a look at that. So make sure you join us to watch the Bruins Take Selection show. And I think we're trying to arrange to have a special guest on that one as well. So keep an eye out for the Cherry Creek Sports Network on YouTube. As that brings us inside of 2 minutes, the Wolves have the ball on the 41. And the snap up the middle will be brought up to the 48.
And it looks like they're just going to stay with that strict, slow, safe pace that they have had all game long.
They're not trying to put up 30 points in the last 80 seconds.
No, they're not.
But they're going to take their time in the huddle, run the plays as they're meant to be run. And it's going to be a pass to the near side. And I think he brought that in. I think he got 2 feet down. So they're going to get up to the 32. Good catch there as we are inside of a minute. So let's see if we see a little bit of hurry-up offense like the team's running a 2-minute drill, except right now it would be more like a 1-minute drill.
Grandview is going to be going into some competitive matchups here, and I think they're just using this as a practice.
Makes a lot of sense. Grandview will be ranked, I would think, somewhere in the top 10, top 15 for sure in the bracket.
Absolutely. They're ranked 8th right now. They'll probably drop a bit after this loss, but they still have a pretty secure position.
So we'll run out of bounds, so 47 seconds will be left as they will take a trip inside the Cherry Creek 20.
So as we wrap up with just 50 seconds left in the game, there's, of course, one big story for tonight, and that is the story of Jaylee Stacks back-to-back Touchdown runs, 50-plus yards.
This run will be up the middle, try to find some space on the left. He's tripped down, so we have 40 seconds left. And that run will be brought down inside the 5, so with just 15 seconds, they're going to bring it to the hurry up and see if Grandview can score, get into the end zone before this game's over, and he's going to take it himself, and Burr will be in for the touchdown.
So the game is all but over with just 8 seconds left as the Grandview Wolves will kick their final PAT. That is their final PAT of the regular season because, like Creek, they will be headed to the playoffs.
And the extra point up and good, so that will make it 44 to 21, 8 seconds left. One more chance for Miles Purchase, perhaps.
Wouldn't that be the way to end a season?
Make it sound good.
Okay.
So with 8 seconds left, you got to assume that this kickoff will do it. Bruins will wrap up the Metro East title. A little bit of a squib kick. Bruins will jump on top of it. So one more kneel down, and that will do it for the Cherry Creek Bruins. And remember, if you want to watch the Bruins in the playoffs, you got to get a subscription to the NFHS network. CCSN will still be providing you with coverage, except instead of on YouTube, the platform will be NFHS Network at nfhnetwork.com. You got to purchase a subscription, however, which will be $9.95, but that will cover you for the entire month of November, and that doesn't just give you football. That will give you the football playoffs, the field hockey playoffs next week. If you get it this weekend, it will bring you the rest of the soccer playoffs. And if you want to go past that, you're able to watch high school sports all across the nation and more playoff events. So remember to get a subscription to the NFHS Network so you can keep watching Cherry Creek football on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. So Niehoff, one of our seniors tonight on senior night, will kneel it down, and that will do it for the Cherry Creek Bruins. A perfect 10-0 regular season, the Metro East champions, and most important, they secure the #1 spot in the state. The Cherry Creek Bruins are headed to the playoffs. So for Matthew Anderson, I'm Benjamin Paris. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Cherry Creek Sports Network and all regular season. We'll see you in the playoffs on the NFHS Network.